Myron, do you think once you got a taste of that life, I can never go back?
Here's the way I look at it. I look because people try to, because there's been some, arguments from the tradcon saying you should be able to control your urges, be monogamous to a woman, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's easy to say when you haven't busted your ass to become a certain individual, reach a certain status, whatever. How about if we went around and told women, you know what? Suppress your urges. You don't need a guy that's 6 feet tall. You don't need a guy that's muscular to protect you. You don't need to get a guy that's your height so that you guys can share clothes. Like, come on. We never tell women this stupidity. We don't tell women to suppress their urges, but we tell men to suppress their urges. Fuck that shit. I don't become successful, make money, acquire the status to fuck one bitch. That's stupid. Just like women don't have their beauty to get some fucking regular guy or some guy that doesn't make any money or doesn't take care of them, whatever. Why is it that beautiful women can absolutely leverage their beauty to the highest extent and get the man of their dreams, but a man can't go ahead and fuck as many bitches as he wants once he earns the ability to do it?
And these
why is that? You fucking retard tradcons. Like, why is that?
And these same tradcons are still jerking off at home.
Like, at the end of the day, the only way you're going to be able to combat this fucked up sexual marketplace where women control all the leverage is you have to have multiple women. Let me tell y'all something, bro. Having multiple girls makes you more attractive. The girls respect you, and they follow you more. So how it is.
And they're on their toes.
Well, instead of having side hoes, why not just have 2 wives?
You can do that too.
No, first of all, first of all, one wife, that's in the Bible. But you know what I find weird? And I want you women to take some responsibility right now. If you guys are 10 times less horny, we've seen what happens when women take a bit of testosterone, they get very horny. You guys are 10 times less horny than us. How the fuck did these whores close the gap on cheating? How are you? That's like a Houdini magic trick. That's like fighting a dude 10 times the testosterone of you in the UFC, and you're competing. You're actually like in the ring. You're fighting and you're about to win. You guys, for the first time in history, closed the gap on cheating. You're cheating as much as men almost within 10 years. You guys are actually closing the gap. How the fuck did that happen?
You know what the scary part is? That's cheating with like actual sex. I would argue women cheat more if you actually take into account women making themselves available to other men, Instagram, etc., dressing provocatively, all this other stuff. Like, I would argue women cheat a lot more because women don't cheat the same way men do. Women cheat by leaving a door open for a man to sexually interact with.
That's why it happens in the workplace.
Yeah.
So, anybody have anything for that to answer John's question?
Yeah, how did you guys close the gap? Who's taking responsibility?
Well, I had a comment not related to like the cheating, but related to like, do you believe that like wealthier men have like get more like women than working class men? Because I'm pretty sure on average, working class men tend to have like higher body counts than like wealthier men or men who have like higher educational attainment.
No, what I'm saying is that if a man reaches a certain status, he shouldn't have to suppress his urges like these tradcons want guys to do. Like, if I bust my ass to reach a certain level, I'm gonna enjoy the fruits of my labor.
They're already suppressing their urges though, because like the wealthier you get, the less the less sexual partners you're likely to have.
That's for some.
Also, don't like Bible, Quran, all holy books require that you suppress your urges.
Yeah.
No, to a degree.
You deny your flesh.
To a degree, but here's the thing. That like in 2023, right? Again, religion, being traditionally, all this other stuff, it's great, but it doesn't work in today's day and age. It's going to set you up for failure. If I have this mindset of I'm going to find my dream wife, I'm going to stay a virgin until I find my dream wife, etc., it's going to set you up to get, eaten up and spit back out. Because women nowadays are more promiscuous than men.
Yeah.
And if a girl's more sexually experienced than you are, you're in a bad situation as a guy.
Even marriage itself, I mean, we're told to get married and have one wife, but ultimately speaking, with the current laws, as a man, you're probably going to lose.
Like, here's the thing. You want to go to Saudi Arabia and do that? Cool. That's different. But I'm talking about in the United States where we have a deregulated sexual marketplace. Anyone can fuck whoever they want, essentially, as long as they're age of consent. Women have all the power, all the leverage. You got to fight fire with fire. You can't be a traditional conservative guy. I'm going to marry as a virgin. You ain't going to find a virgin.
You have to adapt to the current marketplace and make it work. But go ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I think sometimes like you argue that in today's age, it's hard to be monogamous. I think it's more of like who your circle is. So I feel like if you're surrounded by people with an influence of the mindset of like, hey, like, no, I want a marriage.
Monogamous from which perspective? Men or female, or men or women?
You're saying that for men to be monogamous is completely difficult for this age right now. You agree that's a beautiful concept, but you say that right now in today's age, it's hard, right?
Men are not naturally monogamous.
Well, no,
biologically, you're
Myron,
right.
That's a weak argument because naturally men are rapists. You're not going to go with an evolutionary argument. If we just do what we naturally feel, we could turn into Hitler.
Yeah,
We're gonna go by the Bible. That's it. We're gonna go by the Bible, and that's it. Okay.
He wants to be a Jew. Now he's saying that his natural suppression is to be Hitler.
Sorry, go ahead.
All right, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, like
So you're saying-
biologically, biologically, men do have those urges, just like how biologically, when I'm in traffic and someone cuts me off, I biologically want to crash a car.
Dude,
right?
you're a woman. You shouldn't even be driving. You guys are so dangerous
I
behind
know,
the
right?
wheel. Like, what
I'm
the
gonna
fuck?
just take the bus. You're right. Yeah. But yeah, biologically, like men have urges, but I don't think that you should
Act on those.
act
urges.
on those urges. Yeah. So.
What's the
I think it's more of
biblical-
your circle, though, that you need to change if you
Well, here's
feel
the
like
thing.
it's
If it
completely
was
hard.
1950, I would say, no, don't act on it, man. Wait for the right girl. But the thing is that since women are having sex younger and younger, right? So girls are losing their virginity in their goddamn teens at this point. Women, right? What if I told you, right? Okay, you're going to have a boxing match in 10 years, but the person you're going to fight against has been training for 10 years. They're super experienced. Meanwhile, you've only sparred maybe one time. Who do you think's going to win that fight?
The one that's trained, obviously.
Okay. By the time a woman hits puberty, she's been hit on a significant amount of times. By the time she's 21, 22, 23, she's pretty much become a black belt at deflecting loser guys. That's why women are more socially aware than men a lot of times when it comes to social situations. They read body language better, etc. Right? So, in general, right? So what I'm saying is that if men don't have sexual experience, they don't deal with the opposite gender, right, and figure out how to deal with women properly, they set themselves up for failure. We just talked about men losing custody of their children. Men typically lose a lot of money in divorce, etc. There's dire consequences for not understanding females.
Mind,
No, I agree.
you're
I
so
just think-
funny, mind. Like women become masters at an early age at deflecting losers, and they still get fucked by losers.
That's true.
Some guys figure it out. Some guys-
Even the black belt, bro.
Yeah. So some guys are able to, learn how to emulate mannerisms of a higher status guy. That's what pickup really is, if you think about it. It's emulating mannerisms of a higher value male.
Yeah.
No,
Even
but,
if the guy might not necessarily be high value, they learn the mannerisms.
but,
You have
to,
something?
but to your point, you are right. We should help our urges, so to speak. However, in the current marketplace, I think personally speaking, if you're going to be a man of value and you work towards becoming a better man, yes, you should. But do you want to? No. The reality is you're going to do what you want to do.
I mean, let's be honest here, right? You're fairly religious, fairly conservative, right? You're not even a virgin.
Christian.
So even if you take the strongest conservative women that have good moral values, etc., you're still not getting a virgin.
Mm.
So if that's like the barometer, right, of females nowadays, you can only imagine the other side how it is. So men, and I would argue in the West, men have to be experienced because a lot of guys, oh, my dick got wet from this girl. They commit to that girl and she fucks his life up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like,
Men risk way more when they get in a long-term relationship than women do.
did you, maybe it's too intrusive, but you can answer if you don't have to answer. Did you lose your virginity to an immigrant who's not a Christian?
What the?
Was he a Christian?
He was not a Christian. No.
Stuff.
I wasn't in my faith as tough as I am now.
Which is kind of good because, like, when women are religious at a young age, they all become whores. Like, every time I'm getting my dick sucked, she goes, "John, I love you because I used to go to Catholic school." I'm like, "Bitch, you're a whore. What the fuck?" And it's always these Catholic school girls. So I kind of like that they get religious later. You know?
Gotcha.
Anybody else have anything?
Wait, Myron. Earlier you said that like single fathers on average do better than are better parents, right?